Sick moves, bro.
Can you turn me up a little bit? Can you turn the beat up in my headphones? Can you turn my beat up?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Yeah, let me just DJ this here.
Cool. Thank you.
And there it is. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Happy Hour. I'm your host, Hayden Humphrey, and I'm here with my very special guest for the day, Mr. Hunter Fredrickson. Hunter, how the heck are you?
Oh, Hayden, I am doing oh so good in my lovely bunker that I am shackled up in. I have boarded all of the windows, and I'm just waiting it out. I've been eating a lot of canned goods. I've been doing great.
That's awesome. So you're shackled. You're shackled in your own residence.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's kind of a self-shackling that's been going on.
For safety?
Yeah, no one has actually told me that I need to be doing this, but I find that it's my own prerogative. To
be safe, just to be safe. That's probably best. Well, Hunter, for those of the folks that are watching that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're up to?
Yes, absolutely. I am a Chicagoan, close to Chicagoan. I'm not going to disclose my location for obvious reasons.
Obviously,
I am shackled up here.
Right.
In my free time, improv comedy. I am recently a Postmaster / delivery driver.
Nice.
If anyone needs anything delivered to them right now, which is a lot of people,
hit them up.
I am an essential worker now. Thank you very much. They really lowered the bar.
I love it. Well, cool, man. Well, thanks so much for coming on. Hunter and I met in improv classes at Second City a couple years ago. And I was thinking about people that I wanted to bring on. And I was like, Hunter definitely needs to come on the show because I feel like you and I just always have a good time. You know what I mean? Just have a good time chatting. So there is a question that I love to open this show with. And for those of you who are listening, I would also encourage you to put your answers down in the comment section. But Hunter, what is making you happy right now?
What is making me happy right now? I am glad that you gave me a week in advance that I was going to be coming on this show because I had a lot of time to think about it. Yeah, to prepare, to think about it. I came up with nothing. I'm not happy about anything right now. I'm very happy to be shackled up again with my lovely girlfriend, Alyssa, to have a companion in these trying times. Sometimes I genuinely do forget that the world is on fire and everything is a literal hellscape. Yes. I do feel very, I wanted to appreciate just kind of the safety and the comfort I feel in my own home. And I feel that I feel very fortunate, honestly. This time period of uncertainty has really had me reevaluating some of the things that I take for granted in my life. So I really love all of the delicious food that we cook together and all the fun true crime shows that we've been able to watch together. Make me very, very happy right now.
That's awesome, dude.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's we were talking a little bit about before we went live, but just how much this whole thing has shifted the nature in which we connect with each other. And you can't really take it for granted anymore. Just seeing people out, at work or whatever it is, you got to be really intentional about how you go out and connect with people.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually a really positive thing, having people reevaluate that and get clear on who they want to be about it. I think, let's see, what is making me happy today? I slept in this morning, which was really nice. Yeah, I'm usually 7:30.
7:30 is sleeping in for you.
7:30 is sleeping in for me.
All right. Okay. I kind of see. I see where you're coming from. I get your lifestyle and everything like that, so I'm not really thrown off by it. Just wanted to kind of
acknowledgement. I usually wake up at 6:30, 6 or 6:30. So it's nice. I get my time and I'm hanging out. Literally all I did today was watch covers of songs on YouTube. That's that's that. And I went for a walk. And those are pretty much the two things that I did today. So,
are we talking good covers or bad covers?
No, the worst covers of these songs. No, good ones.
Good ones. Okay. All right.
There's this guy, Teddy Swims. I'm gonna send you his stuff afterwards because it's just totally baller. But he's like this huge dude, tattoos on his face, but he's just got like the most like angelic voice. It's incredible.
That's great.
It just makes me very happy. So
absolutely,
that's why I like watching it.
Very cool.
The second follow-up question to this question is, what are you most grateful for today?
Today,
literally like right in this moment.
What am I grateful for today? I would say my Xfinity internet connection. I would say, honestly, that's something that I cannot take for granted. It's actually helped me out a lot today because the aforementioned true crime dramas.
Right.
I would have no access to those. I wouldn't.
Can you imagine?
I genuinely cannot imagine that. I am not being ironic, by the way. I genuinely cannot imagine
what does
not
that
having
even
it.
Look like?
That's like one of these mornings during quarantine. I like went to turn on my sink and nothing came out, and I turned to Alyssa and I was like, "It's happening. This is it. Like this is it. Like we can't flush the toilet anymore. Like we need to stock up on water bottles." Like I was so ready.
We need to shackle ourselves immediately.
Yes, we need to shackle ourselves to each other.
Shackle up immediately. Oh, that's so funny, dude. I think what I'm most grateful for today, I think I'm just very present to like how much ground I've taken in terms of like being like using my voice online and like putting things out in the world that everybody might not agree with. I had someone like subtweet me on Facebook basically. And which just, not a very fun thing to like come across and be like, oh, they're talking about me, type of deal.
Right, yeah.
And usually that would like totally destroy me for like a couple days. That would destroy me. But like, it took me out for like an hour or two. I called my coach. I got coached on it. And then I was like, all right, like back into it. So it's nice just like being able to bring more and more of myself and not really caring what other people think.
Absolutely.
Which is positive.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially on the internet.
Especially on the internet. Well, I don't know about you. They talk about having a close group of people that you can go to ask their opinion. And for me, that's the internet. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you just must be made out of steel.
Or yes. Yes.
I am constantly being torn down every
day. I'm sorry. You'll have to meet my friends. I'll introduce you.
Thank you.
So Hunter, the next part of this show is random question of the day. Are you ready for your random question?
I am ready for my random question.
All right. I am generating your random question now. Here we go. Hunter, what holiday do you think more people should celebrate?
I think something in place of Columbus Day would, at this point in this day and age, we could probably find a better discoverer than Christopher Columbus. I know they exist out there. Someone type one into the chat. I don't think we need to be celebrating Christopher Columbus Day. But honestly, if I were still in the public schooling system, I might rethink that. Whatever we replace it with, you still need a day off school.
No, that's
that was the reason morally I was able to let Columbus Day slide, as I was like,
I don't totally agree with this.
The genocide of an entire people, an extra couple hours of sleep. It's just something to think about occasionally. But no, I think that we should come up with something in place of that. And then maybe a holiday that already exists. I forgot that it was Easter yesterday.
I kind of did too. Yeah. My mom called me and she was like, yo, jump on this family Zoom because it's Easter. And I was like, oh, shit. So I did that. But I think more people should celebrate Easter. I also think Arbor Day is a very overlooked holiday. Yeah. If I'm being totally transparent and open and honest, like I just think that trees don't get enough recognition.
That's very
for the work. Thank you for the work that they do for us. And I just think that we should take more time to celebrate and acknowledge, the role that they play.
You know what, Hayden Humphrey, I think that this is something that you can get down with. Let's all go out there on our next Arbor Day. Let's go out and let's just all chop down 100 trees. Let's make it our goal. Each one of us chops down 100 trees to celebrate Arbor Day.
I think that's a great idea. It's, I think the Aztecs had it right in the whole sacrifice thing.
Yes.
Like when you want to honor something, you kill a bunch of those things.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
and that's why Christopher Columbus Day should be celebrated by more people. I made a 180 on that one.
I like that as mental jujitsu. My random question is, what's something that, oh wait, hold on. I've answered this one before. My random question is, if you had to pick a single word to describe this year so far, what would it be? Oh, what a question.
That is a question.
Wow. I would say creativity. I think that's the word that I would use to describe it. Because I think, like, in spite of everything that's been happening, actually maybe because of everything that's been happening, I have been obviously sequestered in my home and I'm by myself doing my own thing for a much longer, period of time. And I have felt more creative in the past 4 weeks than I have in a very long time. Part of the reason why I was watching all those covers this morning was because I really want to do vocal lessons. I think that would be so interesting. Do like vocal lessons and like maybe like some, instrument, learn how to play an instrument. But I think creativity is my word.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What about you?
Very cool. Well, for myself personally, it might just be a single word. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe something like resilience, just that ability to kind of bounce back from something crazy that's going on. Because I started this year and I was like, I kind of want to look for a different job. And then everyone ended up having to do that at the same time. And I think that society and just kind of, I have more faith in like people in general than I do like systems or anything like that. And I think that people in general are very resilient. And that's why I feel like, for as hard and as difficult and as scary as a lot of what's going on right now is, I kind of mostly just place my faith in the fact that people come back from this sort of thing, and society comes back from these things when we're faced with something big. We always manage to find our way through it. So I do have some faith.
I agree.
I
agree with that. Yeah, people being resilient, being able to create solutions to different problems. And I think if there's like one way that people really come together and solve problems, it's talking about completely hypothetical situations that would never actually happen.
Yes.
But speaking in hypotheticals, I think, is the thing that makes it real.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So the next game that we're going to play is called Will You Press the Button? And the idea behind this game is you'll be presented with a hypothetical scenario, and you'll have to decide, will you press the button to make it come true, or will you not?
Now, just to double check, these are all hypothetical scenarios.
There are actually 10% of these questions that are actually real. So if you do press the button for that 10%, then that thing will happen. So it's just something to think about and just something to look out for.
I'm willing to spin the chamber on that one, Hayden.
Okay. Let's do it. I love it. So Hunter, you're up first. You have infinite knowledge. I actually don't know. I don't know how that's different from knowledge, but you have infinite knowledge, but you have to spend work weeks in preschool for eternity. Hunter, do you press the button?
Well, not everyone knows this. I'm already a preschool teacher.
Oh, okay.
I am a preschool teacher, but I am an idiot. I am an idiot. I wouldn't mind having to have weekdays in a preschool. I don't. This one that seems kind of like a no-brainer to me, unless there's something that I'm missing. But I think I'd want infinite knowledge. Is kind of messed up, though. I feel like you'd learn some stuff that maybe no man's supposed to know.
Well, yeah. I mean, and also keep in mind that knowledge, I think, is it's just a bit different than knowledge. So that also affects the outcome.
That's true. So, in that case, I would not press the button.
Okay, so you're not going to press the button.
I will not press the button.
Okay, all right. Hunter will not press the button. All right, 58% of people did not press the button. Nice work. Okay, All right.
Does that mean I get a point? Do I get a point for
that? Yes, you do.
For siding with the majority.
One hypothetical point for going with the crowd and being a narc. So my question is, you determine who goes to hell and who goes to heaven, but everyone you send to heaven will hate you, and everyone you send to hell will love you. That is an interesting question.
That is interesting.
Well, I think if there's anything that I know to be true about myself, it's that I put people liking me above literally anything that has ever happened. So I think I would just send everyone to hell in this case, It's just easy. I'm like, that's pretty straightforward.
Incessant need. It's not, a compulsive need so much as it's a desire, kind of a want.
Yeah, no, I just have to.
A thing I have to have.
Yeah, I have to have. I don't need it. I'm just saying, like, I'll probably die if I don't get it.
You would send everyone in humanity to hell.
To hell. Yes.
Yeah.
Because then they'll like me.
Worth it. Press that
button. So I'm definitely pressing that button.
Press that button.
Oh, all right. I get a point because I also went with the majority and am a narc. Let's do another. Hunter.
Yeah, let's do it.
You will be the most powerful being in the universe.
A lot of these have to do with like omniscience and like the power dynamic. And I'm kind of weirded out by like the 12-year-olds who are creating these questions and like all the misspellings. But
this is a big caveat too. So, 85% of the human race, I don't know where they got 85%, dies possibly, including your loved one, in a great cataclysm that gives you the power. You also can never ever stop this cataclysm from ever happening or revive people you really care about, despite your infinite power.
I think this is like a J.J. Abrams spec script. I feel like this is like an elevator pitch for like a new show that he's gonna write.
This is probably where he gets them. He just sources them on this website.
Yeah, okay. I don't really have the I don't know if it's like the ego or whatever to want to be the most powerful being in the universe, but that seems kind of lonely. So no, I'm not even going to bother with that caveat. I don't want to be the most powerful being in the universe.
Okay, so you will not press the button.
I could like stop world hunger and I could stop war and create a perfect society and civilization. But look what Thanos did. Thanos got the glove. He could have doubled the resources on the planet. Spoiler alert, he didn't do that. If you haven't seen the film.
He did not do that.
So yeah, I'm not going to bother pressing that button.
Not going to do it. All right, not pressing the button. Let's see what the crowd says. Oh, all right, another point for Hunter. 2 points. Nice work, man. All right, let's see. I'm the most famous and richest person in the world. But I grow a third nipple on my forehead, which lactates. It cannot be covered.
This is an important question. This is thought provoking.
I gotta think about this for a second. Because the outcome of this question, the results of what I choose here will significantly alter the course of my life,
Yeah, that's true.
And it's do I want a third nipple?
Well, keep in mind it lactates, and maybe you could be like one of those people who donates I assume milk that's coming out of your head. I think that in lactate, I think that's what it means, actually milk. So yes, your milk that's coming out of your head. I don't know, it might be like a special cool thing, and you're the most famous person in the world. It's obviously for a reason. It doesn't say why you're the most rich and famous person. Obviously, this nipple that you have, it emboldens you in some way. So
you know what I hear in that? I just hear a lot of good. I hear the ability to do a lot of good for a lot of people. So I'm gonna hit the button. I'm gonna go with the button. Oh, I'm in the minority. Okay. So I guess I lose a point. So
surface level about having a nipple on their forehead. And it's not that much worse than like a mole or like a birthmark.
You just got to look past the nipple. You know what I mean?
You've always said that to me. You've always said you have to look past it.
I'm glad you remember. I'm glad it rubbed off on you. So the next portion of the show is video of the day. And I'm actually really excited about this particular portion because before this, I was, talking with Hunter about what video should we watch. And he was like, yo, there's this video. This guy lays down this like super dope beat. Like it's like kind of like mind blowing how well put together it is. And so I was like, we got to watch it. We have to watch it. So do you want to give some, background to this particular video?
Yeah, this producer, RZA, you may have heard of him. He's from the Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
And he's done a lot of production. He is the GOAT. He is one of the greatest of all time in his profession. Hugely influential. He's worked with tons of artists. Kanye West, he's done production for. So this guy's a bona fide legend. And genuinely one of the best like beat makers in the game. If you've listened to any of this guy's work, you know that he is bona fide hip hop legend, and some of his beats are some of the best hip hop beats ever created.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well let's take a listen.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just make a beat from scratch. Something I do with this machine. You could do it in your car, on the plane. You hear that? So that's the tempo, right? So now what I would do is come here, choose a sound. Boom, sound. Okay. Okay, like that. So I'll take that sound. Let's go track 2. Choose another sound real quick. Let's just go underground bass. Got it.
Oh, underground bass. Is that a different kind of bass?
Okay. I think it's a bit
under the ground. Okay.
I
don't know music, so.
Now, the good thing about this machine, you could put the quantize.
You should honestly, if you're looking to get into music, you get one
tighter. See, one tighter.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I can recreate this video.
Come back up here.
You'd be famous.
Sounds again. We did. And sounds are like.
Okay.
There we go. That's funky.
It sounds like Christmas.
Who's at the door? Someone answer the door.
All right, so then you kind of really make it like have that modern sound. I'm just going to add a little hi-hat, a normal like hi-hat from modern music, shall we say.
Modern music.
So, something like that. All right, that's cool. So something like that.
It's usually like when you create beats, you want everything to be on beat, right?
Yeah, sequenced and kind of. Oh, there we go. You kind of forget that the metronome isn't part of the beat at a certain point. You get so carried by it.
No, that's just making a quick beat from you right from scratch. Get those horns back in there one more time.
Oh yeah. Cool, man.
I think it's one of these. I think it's one of those situations where, like, have you ever heard of this idea of mastery? It's like learning any skill is about mastering it, and then you can break all the rules.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing in this is he's just breaking all of the rules of putting a beat together, like having it sound good.
There's someone out there who genuinely thinks of this probably as like a very avant-garde, like beat, like really, really outside of the box music. In a lot of ways it is. In a lot of ways it's also a man who's approaching a device for the first time ever. Was probably approached by guitarists and they're like, hey man, like we'll sell your headphones or whatever, but can you like make a little beat for us? He's like, I got 5 minutes. I gotta leave in 5 minutes.
He's like turning it on. It's like the first time he's ever touched it.
That's clearly the first time he's ever touched it. And the other guy's just going along with it because it's RZA. What are you gonna say to one of the greatest beat makers of all time? Dude,
this is garbage.
Yeah. Like the tight beat. He just made a dementia type beat. Like if you're gonna look it up, he made a
like, dude, this is just not good.
Yeah,
this is just not good.
You could not say that to the wrist. I dare you to look him in the eye and tell him that the beat.
I'll DM him. I'll slide into his DMs and I'll tell him. So next up is the quote of the day, and this is a longer quote today, so I can only fit part of it on the screen, and I'm gonna read the whole quote here, but it's one of my favorite quotes. A man's usefulness depends upon his living up to his ideals insofar as he can. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. All daring and courage, all iron endurance of misfortune make for a finer, nobler type of manhood. Only those are fit to live who do not fear to die, and none are fit to die who have shrunk from the joy of life and the duty of life.
Oh my God.
Theodore Roosevelt.
I'm just like in awe of that as a thing that a man said that was inscribed by someone.
That came out of a dude's mouth.
That's how presidents used to speak. That's how our politicians used to be, like, just hella inspiring. And they used to like just kind of wax poetic on like the meaning of life and just being philosophical and stuff. And now it's a barren wasteland.
Yeah, there's there's a last part of the quote here. My presidency is the greatest presidency to have ever happened. It's huge, huge.
Oh, so nothing's changed.
That was the last piece of the quote. It sounds like it's just kind of status quo. But no, I did so agree with you. Like, this is one of my favorite quotes. And I think the part that I love is at the end, like, only those are fit to live who do not fear to die, and none are fit to die who have shrunk from the joy of life and the duty of life. Like, actually looking at, like, how are you fully living? Like, how are you fully embracing life in every single sense of the word? And not letting fear be the one that runs the show. Like, actually, like, choosing to live a life not based in fear, but rather in courage and you becoming the person that you are meant to become, in a sense.
Absolutely. And it also sounds like something Teddy Roosevelt would have screamed before leading a battalion of men into war while carrying a really big stick. He was probably carrying a really big stick while
he said that
enormous
stick. That's what he was known for, that, actually.
Yeah, he would carry a really big stick.
Sticks. Can you imagine having to go into war?
No.
Crazy.
I can imagine it back when it was like batons and like a horse. Like, that seems almost a little bit more plausible than like guerrilla warfare and like putting on like the infrared goggles and stuff like that. That seems a little bit more far-fetched to me. But I don't know. There's something kind of old-timey about like keeping your powder dry and just, a good old-fashioned just like two forces just running at each other. I feel like that's the type of war.
It's romantic in a sense,
Oh my God. Can you imagine like writing a love letter to like your sweetheart while you're in like a bunker or like a ditch? And you're like writing out like your last words to your sweetheart, like you're not even sure if it's going to get to her. Like, I love romanticizing war. Crazy. That's why I always do those the Civil War reenactments.
Oh, you are a Civil War reenactor. I didn't know that.
Yeah, in my free time.
Are you doing it now?
Yeah, I do. I get into like Zoom chat groups and we'll kind of reenact. Yeah, but I have to be on the Union side because I tried the Confederate one time and it got political. I'll just put it that way.
It's the benefits suck. Everyone just talks about how much they hate the work. So
yeah, like, why can't we just like hire people that we don't pay to do our work for us? And I'm like, guys, this is why I'm on the Union side. Okay,
calm down.
Calm down.
Amazing. Well, Hunter, thank you so much for being on here, my man. So appreciate you coming on and sharing your energy with all of us. Do you have any parting words for the folks listening? Any words of wisdom, gems, things to leave us with?
Stay safe. Don't go outside for any reason. And
shackle yourself inside if you need to.
Shackle yourself inside at all costs. And stay safe.
Love it. All right, brother man. Well, I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you so much for hopping on. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. And I will see you tomorrow evening. Peace.